Well, it's not the fairy tale ending we'd all hoped for the Hamilton Bulldogs last night in the Memorial Cup as the host St. John Sea Dogs beat Hamilton 6-3 to win their second ever Memorial Cup. And yesterday we had our very own Bubba O'Neil on the show. He was at the airport heading east, and he promised to come back on, win or lose. He held up his side of the bargain. We wish we were welcoming the Memorial Cup back to the Hammer. Hey, Bubs.
You know, it's a tough one there, Tim. I mean, these guys pour their hearts out for the better part of, 10 months. You go through the COVID situation. We often forget that this season started out with no fans in the building. All the regulations and things that the fans had to go through, the players had to go through, the grind of it all, the crazy, amazing unbeaten run that they went on to close the season. 3 quick sweeps, the tough series against Windsor, and then an unbelievable Memorial Cup. It's a tough one, but it really at some point they will look back at the season and go, wow.
For all of us fans, I look at it like every time something they needed to win, they got to win. And that's why I had confidence. I know fans had confidence, media had confidence, everybody had confidence going into last night because you thought they were going to do that again. St. John was just the better team last night.
Yeah, they were, but I'm not going to. I do have to say, and I can say this because I'm the Homer Hamilton broadcaster, I didn't like the refereeing in the game whatsoever. I think in a championship match, you don't want to have the referee really decide the game. There was a point about 5.5 minutes into the third period where Ryan Humphreys got called for an unsportsmanlike conduct for getting thrown down to the ice. I didn't like that. And then seconds later, the bench minor to Hamilton. So it's a 5-on-3 situation, or at least a 4-on-5 situation, and they score the goal to make it 5-2. And at that point, then you started to really believe that there's not going to be no magic in St. John's on this night. But you don't like that. I think there's something to be said also about this in the fact that Hamilton beat the Quebec champions, they beat the Western Hockey League champions, and they lost to a team twice that had 39 days rest to prepare for them. So, bit of sour grapes, but something to consider.
That's what you did hear. You did hear that from Coach Jay McKee. You heard that from Nathan Staios, really trying to emphasize the point of them winning those trophies and how important those trophies were.
Well, and then that's what they said. You know what? We were champions and we beat other league champions, but we lost a tournament. And I like that mentality. And it is what it is. It's a dream setup, the #1 team in the country versus the host team. It was a great setup for the CHL. But I would say, and if you look at social media, and I don't know what that means, maybe a consideration on how this really can happen in terms of a Memorial Cup. That one team is so well rested. You saw what the Bulldogs went through in that 7-game series against Windsor, and then 2 days later had to turn around, travel, and play a team that had not played for the better part of over a month, and had a new coach as well.
Yeah, so let's talk about the coach, Jay McKee. We only got a minute left, but also owner Michael Andlauer, his commitment to having the Bulldogs in town and what he brings, and how about even President and GM Steve Staios and what he brought to the team at the trade deadline, bringing Mason McTavish, bringing Arbor Jacki, putting this team together and making them just an unreal squad.
You take away the missed season with COVID, and after the Memorial Cup in 2018, they stripped down the team completely. New draft picks, guys like Avery Hayes and Logan Morrison became the forefront of this hockey team, and and they graduate into a situation like this. Tear down, put back together, you're back on the national stage. I do have to say this, talking to a lot of people in NHL circles, and Steve Staios as the general manager and president of the Bulldogs team, at some point he's going to get a look at the National Hockey League. So we're lucky to have great ownership, a great president, a great general manager, a wonderful franchise on a junior hockey basis here in Hamilton. What we do need, Tim, we need a stadium just like I was in last night somewhere in Hamilton. No offense to First Ontario Centre, just too big for junior hockey. I'd love to see a stadium about 6,500, 8,000 people that could just house this junior hockey team, even the basketball team as well too.
I think owner Michael Andlauer would agree with you on that one. Bubs, great having you out east. Come back home, get back home safe, and we'll see you back here in the newsroom.
Thanks. Wonderful tournament. Thanks for having me, guys.